Hello and welcome to Spiegel. My name is Susanne and I want to tell you a little bit about Spiegel, its history and the change process we are working on since 2 years. At Spiegel Group we have 1,100 employees and I'm one of them. I started working at Spiegel in 2007 at Spiegel Online. We have a unique ownership structure. With a 50.5% ownership stake, the so-called Mitarbeiter KG is the majority owner of the Spiegel Group. I was elected as a spokeswoman for the Mitarbeiter KG in 2016. That was the point I started to look at the data, at the revenue, at the business model. And to be honest, that was the moment when I realized we have a problem. The Spiegel was a very traditional company, formed and somewhat spoiled by decades of journalistic and economic success. We knew since the early 2000s that our business model was under pressure. But we struggled to make changes, even though the circulation of the print Spiegel and advertising revenue fell since years. But something stuck out of this development: the founding of Spiegel Online in 1994, the website of Der Spiegel. Over the years, it grew into Germany's largest news site, with its own editorial team of over 300 employees. During my time as a spokeswoman, we decided to merge the online and the print editorial teams. And this led to the major change we ever had in the history of Spiegel. Why did we do this? First of all, because our readers don't make any distinction between the website, the digital version or the printed version of the Spiegel. If the logo of the Spiegel is on the cover, it has to be Spiegel inside. And that's why it has to be one product. Secondly, because we wanted to leverage synergies. While this may sound very corporate, the lack of coordination led to double work. And last but not least, we wanted to modernize, because we wanted to create a corporate culture in which people had a desire for change. This process started at the beginning of 2019, with an editor-in-chief who, for the very first time, is responsible for all channels. We kicked off a change process in which we questioned our workflows and redefined them, in which teams were reassembled, in which department heads were given new responsibilities. When I was in New York last year, I wanted to set up a capstone project which works on our corporate culture. I wanted to learn how to guide my colleagues through this change process. I wanted to learn or to know how to eliminate their fears. And I wanted to create a corporate culture where everybody is open for innovation and change. After the first week in New York, I came back highly motivated and willing to tackle all these questions. And then Corona struck. And Corona changed our corporate culture a lot faster than I would ever have imagined. As a member of the Corona task force, I experienced the rapid conversion of the whole editorial team. Workflows and processes were digitalized, questioned, and simplified. At the same time, we realized that the pandemic would have massive economic consequences. Collapsing advertising revenues on all platforms and the challenges in the print business made it necessary for us to focus even more on growth and revenue areas. At this point, I redefined my capstone project. Meanwhile, we had learned a lot about strategy, about reader retention, about business models. And that's why I redefined my capstone question. How can we increase the number of our digital subscribers? And how can we retain them in the middle and long term? Out of this, a clearly defined goal emerged. We set out to double the number of digital subscribers from the current 100,000 to 200,000 paying subscribers by the end of 2025, while increasing subscriber activity. This is an ambitious plan, but the conditions for change have never been better than now. I'm often asked what I learned at this program, whether it taught me anything at all. And I can say yes, I learned a lot and it helped me a lot. I learned about strategy, about reader retention, about product. And all this helped me a lot to sort our problems, to set priorities, to prioritize our tasks. I also enjoyed the leadership lessons because at the end of the day, in our company, it very often takes individuals to make a change, to start the conversation. I enjoy that. I like responsibility and the freedom to make choices. I enjoy being trusted by my superiors and management. On the flip side, this means that I was sometimes left to my own devices. I had to learn how to develop a strategy, how to set up a project, how to handle difficult conversations. During my time at CUNY, I found it extremely relieving and helpful to listen to my peers, to learn from them, and to discuss our experiences. And last but not least, I met great colleagues. They are clever, they are interesting, they are smart, and they have a burning passion for journalism. That comforted me and inspired me and helped me a lot. That's why I'm quite optimistic for the future of Der Spiegel and for the future of journalism, even though I'm not sure whether Jeff would sign that.